It's so cheap. Talk the talk, but then you gotta walk the walk. There'll be a tough shootout in the top 20 tomorrow. There'll be no free slots, believe me. Anybody thinks there's free slots in the top 5, they're just, it's because they've never done it. Okay, but we're gonna get Greg's flight. And then they're gonna do this, the Judge Breaky thing. Okay, Greg Fubar.
Morning. All squared away?
Yeah. Good, good. On a 10-minute judge break now, and then we'll be back to expert. Hey, how are you? Okay, the judges are back. We just got to fuel up, and then we're up. Okay, so that was our official on Flight 1, Circle 2 on Thursday. Gene Martinez up next. He just fueled up and had to take an attempt. I'm not sure what happened. And then Alan Goff is after him.
Right now, it's in my hand. I have to exactly.
Well, what happened, we had a battery go dead right in the middle of Gene's flight. And we wanted to get Richard Oliver's flight. Gene's flight's already over. This is Richard Oliver, first flight. Circle 4.
try to get the camera in a little better position.
You saw it? I recorded your flight, but not from a good angle. That ain't any majors in there?
There's only one bitty hiccup on the downline and the square. I flew through the sun and I said, I'm not going to push this down to the ground, so I pulled it a little early and gave it a little bit of wall. The rest of it was solid. I'm nowhere near as small as you. But...
Well, the reality is if you can't fly in the wind, nobody can. I mean, I expect you to be the last man standing.
Well,
you and Frank.
I was totally comfortable out there.
I hear you saying, let it blow, let it blow.
Lots of people can fly in the good air.
Oh. Doesn't even pay to come out in the evening anymore. It's waste. It's a waste. Okay, Paul, you brought me a bottle of water. Good boy. No, I don't.
You told me what?
No. I don't want to drink too much.
Weird scores going out the board today. The top boy yesterday was 60 down and the bad boy, the low boy was 40 up.
You had a nice flight. The thing, that plane is heavy, you know. You got a lot of paint on it.
74 ounces, 74.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it flies well for a heavy plane. I thought it flew well.
Yeah, what is your,
You know what you got to do? You got to learn to nurse it. You're hitting it like it's a light plane.
Yeah.
You got to learn it. A little finesse. Because you're a strong guy.
Oh, you're not used to this wind. In England, when it's windy, you bang into it.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You have to.
Yeah.
The big plane works in the wind in England.
Yeah,
over
of course.
Here. But also, I need a little bit more power, so just go in a couple of tips. But I'm well into the top 20. I'm just taking in the group at the moment. Foul air out here, though, isn't it?
No, this is nice right now. I think this is about as nice as you can expect.
This circle is nothing like the other circle.
No.
Turbulent. This circle is fantastic.
Where you were is the worst circle.
I know,
Number
thank
one
you.
is the worst circle.
I know. Well, I'm comfortably in. If it's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in 2 or 3 flips.
And just experiment for your next thing, yeah.
Because I
But
know.
try just nurse it.
Yeah.
Don't whack it. Nurse it. Because what you're doing really is stalling the wing. You have everything taped up, right?
No.
Oh, no wonder. You're
I put
stalling
tape-
the outboard wing all
I
the
put
time.
tape on it. Horrible in England. So I don't know.
But here it'll work.
Yeah.
If you come out at night, try it a couple of flights. I think you'll like it. Because you're going to come out and practice tonight. You know, when
I'm coming out later because I just want to have another couple when I want to wind in and see if I can swing power in a bit.
Okay.
I don't think it's on the front of the cam at the moment. I think it's this side of it and it's
Yep. You
not
could go in
producing-
at least one click.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one click. I prefer to fly faster. I can fly faster, being a combat model, more accurately than flying slower because it's sinking. You know I can't build light models. I never have. The only light models I ever built fell apart.
Why don't you get Tom Morris to build you one? He's getting $400 for a whole plane.
With a motor, with a PA40 that he's selling there.
Well, I didn't see that, but that Brodex, he had a whole plane for
yeah.
$400.
$400 with a PA40 and a pipe.
That's a good bargain. You got a lot of money. What are you worried
I've got
about?
the money, it's going at home. That's the problem. I haven't got the weight allowance.
No, tapes. All little tapes. Then I go home and dump it to a disc.
What, back at the hotel?
No, it's at a
Oh, so you
house.
got loads at home, okay.
I get about 30 tapes, and then I go pull out whatever I think
I've
is
got,
good.
I've got a new one that goes on to a
Yeah, you can do that,
40
but
gig, 80 gig CD card. And
but,
it's
but
great.
these cameras are $200 now.
I know, no, mine
Cheap
was,
as can be because nobody wants them.
well, what happened to your camera that's the size of a house? Don't need it
I had
anymore.
3 of them. I threw them away. Nobody even wanted them. I was going to give it to them for nothing. They didn't want it.
The VHS?
We're picking up some of Buddy Weeder's triangle here on the back circle. We obviously can't be on all circles at all time. We're waiting for Ken Tice's flight. Want to get Jim Aaron. Jim Aaron's getting ready to go. Get a little bit of Buddy's flight.
That's electric. It's beautiful, that electric.
Rich Oliver looked like he had a real solid flight.
It's big. That electric's lovely.
Yeah, it's sweet. That's a beauty. Take a close look at the
I know,
finish.
I
Now,
know.
Buddy has put a lot of work into the finish. I know that.
19?
He got 19 right by me. He was the
Yeah.
plane on the side, the right side of me in the appearance rows.
20 pointer, I think.
Okay, this is Jim Aaron, Circle 4, Round 1, Expert. A 20-pointer. Everybody loves this paintwork. Part of what you got to see on this paint job is you got to see it up close. The lines get very narrow at the end. It's obviously all buffed, and the color choice is just absolutely gorgeous. A real piece of stunt artwork. The wind's getting a little shifty, so it's difficult to get the camera where we really want it. Hey, this is Joe Bowman, and then we're going to move the camera. Kent will be after Jim. Joe, I mean. Jim, Joe, Gene, Jimmy, Johnny, Jumping Beans, Joe Bowman. Oh, we're going to run out of tape in the middle of this flight. Well, we'll let it run right off the end of the tape. Joe, my apologies. Trouble is, we're trying to get a little sample of the fly-in from each circle. Difficult, of course. And anybody thinks it's easy, be my guest. $200, you can be windy. Buy a camera. Make big money in video. In fact, I maybe sell you my camera. We wanted to get some of the people that we really don't see all the time, like Jim Aaron. We saw him at VSC. Want to see his new plane fly, of course. A funny story from last year. It was not funny for Joe. Joe locked himself out of the car at the steakhouse, and he was about a half an hour in the parking lot. We didn't know what he was doing out there, and we finally found out he locked his keys in the car. So his wife finally came and got windy and said, "Is there anybody from Jersey here that knows how to break into a car?" We had his car open in 30 seconds, and we had it on video too. I guess in Texas they don't teach you how to steal cars or something. Not sure. Anyway, Kent will be the next one. What's going to happen? We're going to miss the last maneuver or two of this tape. Maybe not. Or not. See, we never really can space it to the end exactly the way we want. And we hate to miss a part of a flight like with Gene when our battery went dead. Well, looks like we're going to get to the end of Joe's flight here. On the countdown to see when this is going to go into fade. Maybe it's Joe's lucky day. Anyway, next up will be the handsome one, Kent Ticer. Advanced national champion of some year. I'm not sure what year. I'm sure he knows. Be Kent Ticer. First official on Thursday, Circle 4. Oh, we got Dynajet Speed in the background. Kent Ticer in the foreground. 4 circles cooking. A little breezy, but otherwise beautiful, even a little cooler than yesterday. as Kent's flying, it looks like the B-17 just took off out of Muncie. I'm not sure if it's the B-17. Yeah, he's coming our way. Coming for a flyby. Right during Ken Tice's flight, we got a B-17 flyover coming. We didn't know the Brazilians were coming. It looks like the Brazilians are here. Very cool. What's the deal?
I think they're on display, huh?
I mean, they're all different AMA numbers. I mean, do they do a demonstration maybe or something like that?
Yeah. It was a Smith Brothers racing team tournament.
Really?
I believe so.
I'm not sure, but looking at their,
They're all different AMA numbers.
they don't look like Smith Brothers. No, I took their picture a couple minutes ago.
It looks like they're really nicely made too. Look like Buddy Weeder painted them.
Oh, sure.
All electric, obviously.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. They can get them all started at the same memento or something.
Formation.
That's very neat.
Yeah.
See, you're ruining the whole hobby, buddy, by dominating the world with stunt with that electric stuff.
Yep.
You're killing us.
And I'm dominating flying too, huh?
This looks pretty neat, I got to admit. I like how they have the machine guns painted on the front. That's pretty neat. They just airbrushed on guns.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see that.
See, did a little bit of shading.
Yep.
They didn't do it the way I do it, but obviously there's other ways. Very cool.
I didn't remember seeing these in the,
I don't think they're entered in the contest. Oh, are these yours?
Yeah.
So what's the deal? You gonna fly a formation or
Yeah, we've already been asked a couple times, but no.
why not?
Because we've never done it before.
See, this guy launches my plane. See these nice shirts? You think next year I'd have one windy, Smith Brothers and windy?
What are we gonna call you? Are you gonna be the head mentor?
The king.
The king? Okay.
you buy the shirt,
King
I'll
of rock
launch.
and roll. Anything for a free shirt. Make them white next year though, or yellow.
We have white ones.
Yellow. Oh.
This is white and this is blue. That's the one
Oh.
we wore yesterday.
Yellow.
Well, yeah, you need yellow.
Tomorrow we got to break out the matching clothes and everything. Man, this is.
How you like these little?
Flip it over. Let me see the bottom. They're very nice. Now what are these? A kit?
These are T-Rex.
What is that?
Rodak. T-Rex.
Rodak T-Rex Arc. You bashed it a little bit.
I never even heard of that. I don't know what it is. Shows you what I know.
Brad Walker.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 60 size Thunderbird.
Okay, and so what you did is you made them into Thunderbolts
Yep.
instead of Thunderbirds.
T-Bolt.
T-Bolts. Very, very
they
cool.
are electric.
Now what is it, an ARF or an ARC?
It's an arc. Yes. And
Okay,
the
so you
only thing
painted this. You did the painting on it.
Yeah, this was our first attempt at some automotive paint. These are my
Okay.
first attempt at shading decals. These are all, everything you see here except for these stripes are decals.
Okay, well, I'll give you a real quick heads up.
More shading.
No. Hold a piece of sandpaper with the sand down.
Uh-huh.
Don't use tape because then it leaves an edge. And shoot this way. Because
Yes, to blend them.
all of the shading should go backwards. Shading doesn't, and from the
Okay.
inside this way.
Yep.
Never toward the body.
Yeah.
That's like how Al, similar to how Al does
Okay.
it. I think Al copied me though, but
What you're talking about is more like this.
yes.
See,
Yeah. So one side is clean and one isn't.
Yes. So
That's how I did all mine
Yep.
anyway. The bombers and everything.
No, they look good like that, too.
Spitfires.
Yep. And these, of course, Wayne, why don't you pop the cow? These
How
are
much
all
do they weigh?
Too much. We're gonna take them home and lighten them up.
They're heavy?
Well, the battery's heavy. 16-ounce battery.
Oh, no wonder.
They're not heavy here.
But how would it be if you put like a 60 in there? Well, you need a 60.
Well,
That's
they
a
probably
60 size
they probably be about 65 ounces. They weigh about the same as our tracers, which weigh 65 when they were new. So that's probably what
Is
they weigh.
Is that motor too small for a 65-ounce plane, or?
No, dude. We run this at 50% power. You know, the first time we flew this, I electrified one of my tracers. I have another tracer, and we said, we don't know what it is. Let's send it off at 100%. 4-1 laps.
Oh.
I thought I was going to break the lines. So these are running at 50% power. This is a German Plittenberg. Notice the balancing marks right there, externally and internally. And it has 3 bearings in the motor.
So it's a pretty high-tech thing, isn't it?
A couple $100
Oh, okay.
worth of high-tech. And the European Pylon racers and the European sailplane, at the World Champs, these are what they're using. Plittenberg. This is what Paul Walker uses too.
Okay.
It has a Schultz ESC, and it has a Palco timer.
We're having an issue.
And
Don't know if it's a big rudder.
but they actually fly very good in the calm, but they're not too swift in the wind yet.
They're just not powerful enough?
No, they got all kind of power. The problem we're having is that, and I was actually going to come talk to you about it, because what we think is happening is that we made a bigger rudder, of course, to look like a Thunderbolt. And we think what's happening is that we're getting the plane yawing out as it's flying. And so we move the wingtips. These are all the way forward that we can get them.
Okay.
So we think what it is we could possibly either have a little rudder the wrong way, maybe a little motor offset the wrong way, or some little combination.
It doesn't take much. Or the body not joined here. See, you make a triangle out of plywood, this shape. And it better be no air showing on this side. You could do it right now.
What do you mean?
You make a triangle out of cardboard or balsa wood with that angle. It's never 90.
Okay. Yes.
And you make, if it flips and it goes
if that angle is different,
the wider a body is, the easier it is to get it. Looks right, but it isn't. A profile you notice right away.
Okay.
But a bigger, rounder body,
so
you don't
in other
notice
words, the whole fuselage.
Yeah, and if it's out a half of 1 degree, wow.
We're pretty close, we know, because we had incidence meters stacked all over this thing.
Yeah.
And
measuring everything and all that.
Yeah. So it's pretty close, but like you say, it could be a combination of all 3 of those little things.
Oh
just
yeah.
a hair.
Well, making an adjustable rudder is no big deal. In fact, don't even adjust it. Make a trim tab. I even got one in my toolbox. Tape it on.
Yeah.
If that makes it better, bingo, make a rudder. I would always want, even if I don't use an adjustable rudder, which I always like adjustable rudders.
And by the way, Wendy,
did he turn backwards?
These little,
Okay, so that requires retrimming the plane.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I didn't really have to do much of anything with the same power package in my tracer, but it has a much smaller rudder and less side area than this.
Yeah.
So
you might be weather vaning too when it goes upwind. Like my bombers, when it go upwind, that big rudder would be holding them.
Oh yeah.
Making me crazy. That is a cool project. Has Banjack seen this yet?
No, I don't think Dan's been out there.
I gave up having ice cream with Karen last night to see his thingamajig fly.
Did he get it off?
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 flights on video.
Sweet. I'll have to order that one.
It was pretty, I mean, you can't do it around people.
No,
because the thing looks like, it looks like a terrorist with his head cut off, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very cool project. Are you going to try to fly these after or later, tonight, or?
Well, I guess it depends a little bit on if Wayne gets in the top 20 or not, because he'll be flying tomorrow. So.
Well, I mean, if I see one fly, I'll.
If
I see one fly. We're picking this up with Buddy Weeder on Circle 3. This beautiful 19-point electric plane, beautifully finished. This is pretty cool. We got two electrics flying at the same time. Now this is the future of start. You hear this, Oliver? What kind of problem? Cut off? Fat boy, what are you doing? Okay, this is coming up on the last maneuver of John Wright's flight. John Wright was, I believe, second in old-time stunt also. And of course, one of the people that always has something cool to fly in big stunt. This is a Messerschmitt. A couple of years old, maybe longer than that, but always got something cool. Go over and congratulate our good friend Buddy Weeder. I know you didn't know this happened. It happened, but I have it on video so I can prove it. At one time, you and this guy and all three flying electrics.
Really?
It was, and then the other guy shut off. So when you look at the video, in the middle of it, it goes. It sounds like a bunch of sewing machines dueling it out. And if the other guy had not, you know, if he was like
amazing.
in a time delay, it was as cool as can be to hear all electrics going. You'll definitely pick it off the video.
Awesome.
I'm sure you
And
will.
who was the other electric?
Scott's beautiful plane, nice Junar. The plane that was repaired on the Brodak videos. Increased in appearance points by 2 after the crash. He got 11 before the crash and 13 after the crash. Which I don't know if you can make a 3-blade one. It's a 1-blade, yeah.
You can put 2 engines on one side to counterbalance like this, and all they're doing is driving. You'd have to balance. Oh, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, how funny. Oh, no.
All right, well, I got about getting anything.
When are you up, Cena?
Huh?
When are you up?
Right now.
All right, I'll stick around.
Oh.
I already got one of your flights on video, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I do have one. Anybody who doesn't know what this Arabic writing means, it means the falcon, right?
Persian.
A what?
Persian writing.
Persian writing. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Racial discrimination. What does it really mean, the falcon?
It means hawk.
Hawk. Same thing.
Same thing. But it's the name of
Hawk
it.
and a chicken and a falcon and a buttered roll. Same thing. Gotta mention it's Cena again. I know I've mentioned this, but the badging I do for making custom motorcycle parts, he designed a badge for me, and it's absolutely awesome. Now I've had dinner with Cena, of course, and what we've discussed some of the funny things that he's done in his lifetime. He designs logos of all things for a living, and some of the computer skills that he has for making badges, and this whole paint job was done on a computer. In fact, he did a show and tell on one of the Windy subscriber videos. It was pretty cool how he did it. Then he can change the color with a click of a keyboard and stuff. So. But the coolest thing, he's just a cool guy. And he knows how to make a pizza disappear. At Don Mario's, he knows how to make that pie disappear. That's the main thing. If you don't do that, what good's the rest of it? Pick up some of Matt Newman's flight. Who? I don't see him here. I did what they said to just tell Paul, but maybe not everybody knows that. Hey, you never told us you were such a good wind flyer. Is that Persian wind blowing?
Yes, but it has a bullet on it.
Okay, next up is going to be Doug Moon. Steve judged this year. He had some issues with his take-apart plane, didn't want to risk flying it. So we got a free judge out of it. I think they're setting up to catch Matt's plane in case it doesn't land downwind. Okay, Doug Moon, second official. I'm not sure this is going to come out as well as it is in real life on the video. Let's see if we get the shadows off it. This is a really nice frame picture they have with the legend Bob Gieske and Alan Goff and Steve. I think they were 1-2 in Classic with the Ultra Hobby Products kit designed by Bob Gieske. How cool, right after Doug put in a good flight in the wind. But that's a nice picture. Well, what does Kent want to stay and look at his score? What's he waiting for? They probably won't have it posted till we get back. We're thinking about going to farmland. We were going to go to Pylon, but we're going to go to farmland instead. Good choice. Do I need to rush you to the hospital again, or are we on our own? Let me see how you healed up. What a sissy. You made me take you to the hospital for that. How you feeling, okay?
Well, I had another episode. I'm just telling Jennifer about it.
I like, give her a kiss. She said you can kiss her anytime you want. Give her a big kiss. He's bragging about all these nurses he fondles and kisses and stuff. Be a man and own up to it. Every woman is somebody's daughter, you know, except the ones you kiss. They come from outer space.
Pan slowly.
I know this dad is watching like a hawk here.
Oh, yeah.
You can't fool around with Big Art here. Hey, you know, Overmeyer let her drive the car, that fancy car he's got.
Oh, really?
Some 600 horsepower car or something.
200.
He says, come on, do a burnout.
He don't even.
Tires are cheap.
He said no. He said
Marie tried to get in the car at the World, and they wouldn't let her.
Oh, man. How's Marie doing, okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Those are ink lines?
What's that?
Do you think those are ink lines?
Oh, I don't know. The decals.
They're all decals.
They look like decals, yeah. And what did you put, automotive clear on top of the paint?
Yeah, automotive clear. It's actually just dope base and all the colors and the clear is all automotive.
Okay, yeah.
Decals like that.
Made them myself.
Are they clear plastic?
You can just buy you can buy clear decal paper or white decal paper.
Okay.
The white is kind of translucent. You can't really use it for much. So like on the Star, we masked this off and painted it white. And then we just put the clear decal on. It's just clear. The star is actually clear.
Yeah.
And you know,
Pretty cool idea.
The first flights on them were here. So we just put one coat of clear on. We haven't sanded them, buffed them, nothing. And so you can see all the decal lines. I really like these decals. Those are nice screws, huh?
Yeah, well, Zeus fittings, yeah.
Yeah.
The program lets you.
I use Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. And
You probably could even do total scale, like you could copy a reel, blow it up a certain amount and massage it a
what
little
I
bit.
did is I made them in Illustrator, and you know, boy, it's so easy, man. Perfect corners, nothing. You
Where do
know,
you get the decal sheet? Clear stuff.
what's the name of that place? A1 Decal, I think. Just do a search on Google for decal paper, and
Yeah, Richard Oliver knows where to get
Yeah,
it
there's
too.
quite a few of them.
Richard, his whole plane is
And the,
decals too.
Ink sticks to it.
Yes, it does. We've used inkjet. Now these are color laser. Although, you know, if you use any kind of color, like if you look at this yellow, it looks kind of like a metallic yellow, but it's actually bright yellow. It's just if you put it over silver, it's going to look different.
Right, it's transparent.
So the decals work really good for anything that's black or gray, or if the colors work great. Wayne's tracer on the back between his wing and his stab is it's a big decal. If you put them over white, all the colors look great. But so I did a little experiment with that, and it looks like it's going to work pretty good. You know, you just get them buried and buff them out where you can't see them, because you can't see them on our tracer.
Right.
You know, so it'll be cool.
It definitely looks good on the bolts. So Banjock decided they're going to take Mark Overmeyer's beautiful brand new Camaro and they're going to put a for sale sign on it tonight. No reasonable offer refused. We're going to head out and see Dub Jet over at Pylon if he's still over there, if he's not having lunch. They're cooking those Pylon racers today. They've been flying Pylon all day. We're done. There's usually a gap of an hour to an hour and a half before you pick the ping pong balls for tomorrow's placing, but it won't matter. Just being in an air-conditioned car for a few minutes cools you off a little bit. And I got good company here. The Cena Man is here. The Hawk. Now we're down at Pylon and we're just going to see if we can find a dubster. He's usually either racing or working on somebody's equipment. Now, you ever watch how they start a Pylon race?
I've seen pictures of it.
They have appearance judging, and the winner gets to start first. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that right?
The low guy goes fourth. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. This white 10 is Dubs.
Yeah, that's the first time so far that I could see that. And I could see I was too close on a couple laps in round 3 still. But better. That's not
Sometimes, this time it was real slow, but
It's home.
McDermott and then Russell.
Nice to have an air-conditioned motorhome. They do, they take the guys that are going to fly, they take them for a ride up to the front line. They don't have to walk. Now the guys under the tent, they're the guys for the next race. Now watch, those guys are going to get on a truck. They have to use the fuel that they give them. You can't bring your own fuel.
Okay.
All the same fuel they use. There they go, the first race. Watch, they're going to die now. Get up in front of the tent here, you'll see the race. Pretty cool, huh? They're coming in for a landing right now. Neat, huh? That cool? Some have really nice paint jobs too.
This one probably just as good as that one.
Yeah, it's not urgent. As long as the bomb I even had a
Hey Scott, as soon as this heat shuts down, bro, I want to bring Mike here a bottle of water. I'm fine. I'm not using it.
On the trailer, round 6, heat 42, M. Russell Baker, 12. First ready, round 7, heat 43, McDermott and M. Russell. Second ready, round 7, heat 44, Frazier, McAfee, Gino Del Ponte, and Freeman Jr.
Usually pretty good because they get another race going right away, you know. They don't wait. Only 2 guys in this race. Oh, okay, that's close. I hear the jet speed guys are over there already. Fast, huh? Gotta have these trailers. Sometimes you get a good idea for a paint job from
Ain't number 1, but we flying tomorrow. Thanks, Wendy.
Remember what I said?
For not making me go crazy yesterday.
Okay. Oh, they're flying jet speed. Look at this. They're all set to fly jet speed. But you know what? Karen's right. It's time for Dairy Queen. You can't go that long at my age and not have a Dairy Queen. You gotta have Dairy Queen.
And a shower.
And a shower. And if you don't have the Dairy Queen, it's okay too, but you need a shower. And believe me, after all these hours in the sun, this is what makes the gnats worthwhile. These trips to Dairy Queen where the calories don't count. After a generous serving of Dairy Queen, what do we do next? It's pizza time. It's clouding up. Maybe we'll get some cooling tonight.
It's cooking right to get hit hard. Stove.
Yeah, so what's the deal? What's the big deal with this truck that I'm hearing about? What's the big deal? Show me how the plane goes in there. I looked in the back and I said, this hobo's got no room for a plane. This opens up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. No problem.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Hobadooley.
Luggage and everything goes in there.
Now, what's the advantage of taking a farm vehicle? You get to write it off your income tax?
Yeah, it's a lot less expensive. Like your tags are probably $30 to $40 cheaper.
Oh, okay.
And that's really all he uses it for. Is I mean, we don't use it for.
You don't carry horses around and. Oh, okay. Man, you got enough dirt here. You,
Hey, it's a year.
you should charge
It's a
them.
year.
You should go get the car detailed.
I'm gonna have
And
to.
then not give the guy a tip.
No, I'm gonna have to do it.
Ooh, look at these wheels.
Fine.
A farm vehicle. How appropriate. That really looks pretty cool.
But we're packed.
Karen, aren't you glad I don't live like this?
We were immediately in 4 hours of
You know
rain.
what?
Oh, it's thundering.
It would look this way no matter
Wayne
what.
Yaker said it's gonna be bad. It's a bad.
Tomorrow?
Tonight.
It bothers
But tomorrow, what's the weather for
I
tomorrow?
don't know.
Wendy, let's go.
Hey,
I'm being hollered at. Let me shut your door to the farm vehicle.
What, honey? Be careful when you shed it because the dirt will.
Oh! Got an atomic bomb.
Oh, farm truck.
Look at this license. He's got a custom plate.
No, it's not custom. It's registered as a farm truck.
I never heard of a farm truck until we.
Do they have farm motorcycles?
You don't pay as much. When we go into town, we give them a phone number. We don't pay taxes on anything.
Wow.
Because you're
Food, dog food.
Because you're a farmer.
Because I'm a farmer.
Wow.
You know,
Well,
you kind of look. You kind of look the role too.
It's
You gotta work on that.
It's called farming range.
No,
type
no,
thing.
but everybody noticed that you had a clean shirt on today. That airplane shirt was very tasty. That was nice. I like that.
He's had a clean shirt on every day.
Almost.
No, that was very nice. You're heading to Whiteleyville. Now look at the difference. This is Wendy's Farm Sienna. Notice, clean as a whistle. Not a speck of dirt on it anywhere. A North Carolina farm truck. Oh my God. We're going for pizza. Yeah, there's nothing better than after a big Dairy Queen. You got to top it off. You just can't let that Dairy Queen just sit there doing nothing in your stomach. You got to give it some pizza to wrestle with. Hey, it's a nice Mustang up here. A lot of cool cars this week. Couldn't make this up. Look at the guy's license plate. 554 Eber. Oh my God, that could be my personal plate.
Forever.
No, it could be 555 at the Nats. 555 forever. How could you make this up? How could you make this up? God is smiling upon. Well, maybe not smiling, but He knows we're here. He knows where we live. Now, what trip to Muncie would be complete without a trip to Pizza King? Now, we were told by the manager we can't move the tables because they're attached to the wall. Oliver disconnected them from the wall. Yeah, don't hit the phone. Leedy broke the phone. My God.
When he was here? Might be a fire hazard. Nobody has even come to look at us.
No,
You call in.
you gotta call. We're sitting under the big light here.
We can just
Destroy their place.
No, call them that way.
We'll just use one phone. We'll use one phone and place all the orders.
Guys, we're the only customers in here. We have negotiating power. It isn't like there's a
Yeah, if they
crowd.
want our business.
Look at the phone, it says. What's what it says?
No, you know why? Because, this is side.
Hey, on the way up here, a Mustang passes me when he's racing Mustang past the thing.
down the middle.
And the license plate is 555 forever. How do you make that up? Look at this. Oliver's got problems. Forever. That's so cool. He took my, it's Indiana, so who cares? Okay. Can we, Edie, did you put the phone back together?
Yes, it works perfect.
You put the dinger-a-linger
Just
in
don't
it?
use.
We'll use this one.
We'll use this one.
We'll use that one. She's high maintenance.
I am.
You gotta buy her a phone every 2 weeks.
Very high.
The chickens won't let her take the eggs out of the basket. We don't have any chicken.
I know you don't.
My.
I love the truck. You should have been on the way up before you got here. Put a few bales of hay and a rake and something.
We have had hay.
It's had hay, it's had mulch, it's had barbed wire, it's had cedar fence, it's had pallets of concrete in it.
Oh,
It has been used.
it's
Our
used.
truck.
Oh,
Our farm truck.
Our farm truck.
Farm truck.
farm truck.
Farm. I wonder if
did
Jersey
not-
has farm.
No, we don't have farm trucks.
Are you sure?
Well, Western New Jersey has some farms, but
What, did we just beat the weather? We just got into the pizza place, got the last of our friends together, and it started lightning and thundering. Yeah. Oh my God. We really lucked out here. We wound up taking over this whole, you notice we're the only customers here. Everybody else left.
It feels tired. It feels not tired. I guess.
This is what it's like to be in a mafia. You just take over a pizza place.
I mean, I can be an event director, but I can't do what you guys do and do it all together. So I really appreciate all your help.
Everybody.
I'd like to not work so hard next year.
Richard, I think I can arrange that for you.
I want cooler weather. You just couldn't make this up. Whoa, it's a big, nasty storm coming through. Wow. Like everything in my life, you just can't make it up. See, some people really think the Nats is just about winning trophies. This is a real Nats. This is the essence of a real Nats right here. Hardcore flyers eating pizza.
Who was that?
How good is that? How good is that? Oh,
Very
man.
good. Excellent.
Brookins, you're the man. You're the man,
Those
baby.
two over there are really best. Y'all knocked them out.
What do you got? The one with Italian sausage down there?
You need more down there?
Where are we going to? The Dairy Queen by the hotel? I didn't go to that Dairy Queen yet today. They may go out of business if they know we're not coming. Let's go down to Dairy. Yeah, at least this Dairy Queen. We haven't been to this one. Here comes Dale and Linda. Hail, hail. The gang's all ready for the second Dairy Queen of the day. Down there?
Yeah.
Nice accident, huh? Woo. Are there any calories in these cakes? No, not really. Brookins will probably eat a whole cake. Well, after the big storm went through and we got pizzaed up and Dairy Queened up and everything, it's top 20 day. Finally. Looks cloud. It looks like the storm was still the end of that storm, and they said there's a chance of rain today, so hope they're going to be able to get in. Actually, it's really a short day, but still have to get it in. What if everybody gets the same air anyway? And I don't know what the numbers are. I can't pick the numbers. I think I'm 4 and Richard Oliver's number 1, so we're going to get down there a little earlier than normal and try to get some of the flights, but it's pretty obvious we can't get them all. I think we're pretty much coming up on the end of the practice flights here.
Oh, good morning there, Benji.
Good morning. That sun is going back and forth in and out of the clouds. This is Gene Martin. I think he has the last of the practice flights, and then we're going to set up. First is going to be Richard Oliver, Frank Williams, Doug Moon, and then myself. We'll try to get at least those 4 on. Okay, that was Gene Martin, the last of the practice flights. Now we go to the officials. They're already getting set up. Again, Richard Oliver, Frank Williams, Doug Moon, myself, and then I don't know who the fifth guy is yet. Now, we're not really going to be able to move the camera because they're spraying in the bean fields right behind me.